in the Aussies National Park in Mataranka in the Northern Territory. Tonight, Linda and I are going to cook you a damper on a fire. So let's see how we get about this. A key ingredient to making a good damper is good firewood. So you've got to go out looking for firewood. Out here in the scrub in the bush, there's plenty of firewood. It requires some effort. You get a bit dirty, might get a few cuts and scratches, but you need the wood to get the heat to make the perfect damper. Okay, now the first thing, kids, we need to do is to light a fire. Now you should never do this without adult supervision because fire is dangerous, okay? So I would say that you could be allowed to light a fire when, say, you're 30 years old. But I'm going to try and light a fire for you with just one match. I've got one piece of paper down here and some little sticks. You start with the little sticks before we go to the big sticks to create the heat. So here we go, hopefully one match. Sometimes, kids, you need to fan it into flame just to get it going a bit better. We're going to make this fire go and add larger pieces of wood as we go on. Now, when it comes to making the damper, Linda and I like to work as a team. I worry about the fire, she worries about the ingredients for the damper. We know where each of us have our strengths. Linda, show us how it works.
So kids, we have a very simple damper, very simple ingredients, just self-raising flour and water, just two things. Really easy, you just pour the flour into the bowl, make a little hole in the middle, pour your water in, and then you just mix it around. Now you don't want to mix it too much because then it doesn't rise and go light and fluffy. So you just want to mix it around. If Brandon comes in a bit closer, you'll see that it's still really lumpy. Just like that, really simple and easy, and that's it. You just put it into the baking bowl that I've created here with some alfoil, and I've put some spray on it, some oil spray so it doesn't stick. And you just put it in there, put it into the pot down here, the camp oven, and then Brandon will put it into the fire and it will cook and it will be delicious.
Now, so far so good. Linda's prepared the basic and simple ingredients. She's really good at that because we've been married for over 30 years and she knows how to deal with the basic and simple. Whereas I've got to deal with the heat, the warmth. And that's what I've had to deal with, the warmth and heat and love of my lovely wife. But it takes time. So we've got to wait for the coals to prepare with the fire before we apply them to the camp oven to cook the damper. It requires time. 30 or 40 minutes has passed. Now it's time for us to take the coals out of the fire and apply it to the camp oven.
I've even got the step there, which was coming in from the outside. Seems strange coming in from that side.
So our coals have gone onto the oven and under the oven. Important to have coals on the top as well. Now we've got to wait for 45 minutes to an hour for the damper to cook and to rise. And we've still kept our fire over here so we can cook and have our dinner over here as well. We'll see what happens when heat is applied to our damper. Here we are, folks. 55 minutes has passed. Here's the big moment. Linda's going to remove the coals back towards the fire and see what our damper has done from that gluggy mess. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We'll get the light on that, Linda. Brilliant. Let's get it up on the table and see how it cuts and how we can eat it. Well, how about that? Very basic and simple ingredients, self-raising flour and water. But when we've put it in the camp oven with heat applied, it's incredible what's come out. This beautiful, almost like a big scone that we'll enjoy with jam and cream in a moment. Look at that. Just fantastic. Out of something basic and simple comes a nice dessert around the campfire. Brilliant.